Listen, okay? I get it. I've already made a video talking about my personal thoughts on Batman Arkham Shadow, but that video was really short and I honestly did not go into much detail in that video. Plus, with Arkham Shadow literally right around the corner, I just figured I'd make an updated video on it. So you know what? Let's just get right into it. Alright, so far we have had a teaser trailer, a story trailer, a gameplay trailer, and 3 rounds of Q&As featuring the director of production, Matt Walker, and head of Camouflage Studios, Ryan Payton, all over on Batman Arkham Video's channel, which their link will be in the description if you want to go watch the interviews yourself, or just want good Batman Arkham content. Anyways, I have watched all of the trailers, and, you know, I just figured that I could talk about, you know, what I've watched from the interviews and everything else that they've had. Also, I watched Clown Puncher 139's video where he talked about his experience of getting to play it, and I'm taking some of what he said into account for this video. I'm not letting his opinions shape my own. I'm just, you know, how he has stated it, and I don't know, I feel, because he's pretty trustworthy, so I feel I can include some of kind of what he said, and just some of what I say might have come from him. So I really just wanted more insight on, you know, from an actual player who played the demo. Alright, starting off, I want to say that the work that Camouflage Studios has been putting into this game, it's just amazing, and it's admirable. From the Q&As alone, you can really just feel how much these developers truly care about not just making a fun and enjoyable experience, but making it faithful to the Arkham franchise as a whole. I'll be 100% honest with you. When I first saw the Arkham Shadow teaser trailer all the way back in, I believe, May, I'll be honest, at first I was absolutely ecstatic. We were getting a new entry into the Arkham Saga, my personal favorite video game series of all time, and I was glad to hear that it was basically an Arkham Origins sequel. But then I saw that it was not just a VR game, but a MetaQuest 3 exclusive. I'll be honest, I wasn't just annoyed that I didn't have a MetaQuest 3, so that way, oh, I can't play this game, but I was worried. How could these guys take the Arkham formula and transition that into a VR game? It's just not possible, and that was the mindset that I kept until we were shown the story trailer for the game. We were shown more of what this studio is doing with this character of Batman, this version of Batman, and I'll be honest, I was a little more hopeful. I was just thinking that this could honestly just be okay at best. Like, gameplay may not be great, because it's Arkham gameplay, which obviously is great, but you can't make that into a VR game, and the storytelling would have been amazing. So I was like, alright, this will be an okay game, but whatever, I'll have to wait till I can watch gameplays on it. And then they released the actual gameplay trailer. When they released the Arkham Shadow trailer for gameplay, I could have cried. It's the way that you move so fluently throughout the game. Not just in combat, not just in Predator, but just in general. Just the way you move. It's amazing. And in combat encounters, your combos and all that, look, it flows really good. The traversal, just like the Predator, everything is spectacular. And honestly, you have to know that they were on the right track when one of the quotes said that Batman doesn't walk to an enemy, he punches his way to an enemy. That is a great quote that I cannot remember exactly who at Camouflage said it, but I believe he was one of the lead developers on this game, on Arkham Shadow. And if you remember if you remember his name or you find it, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, that is a good quote, especially for something like the Arkham games. So at this point, I'm so excited, because we're not only getting a new entry into the Arkham games, not only are we getting an Arkham Origins sequel, not only are we going to be getting to truly be the Batman, you know, since it's VR, but we have the gameplay that translates the feel of the console games, like the console Arkham game, into VR somehow. And it does it in a way that feels good and feels natural, as well as making it easy to get into, according to what I've heard from the people who played it, such as Clown Puncher and just the other people who got to experience that demo. Speaking of which, it's amazing that the people who got to play the demo could go through and find things that the tutorial would not teach them. Just, you know, such as sliding through vents, cape stuns, and just other like gameplay aspect that the tutorial doesn't tell you about. Like, oh, I can grab my cape to glide, maybe I can grab one side of my cape and cape stun, and you could. I'm also just really glad to see you're able to view your full body in game. Now this is just a small thing, but I would rather this than just seeing a pair of floating hands, as I feel that would just break the sense of immersion. Like, you can feel like Batman, but you're just hands. This was a problem all the way back present in Batman Arkham VR, which I never played, but you were just a pair of floating hands. You didn't fully feel like Batman. Like, you just teleported in that game, and you didn't really have much freedom in that game. However, that was also seen more as a tech demo rather than being a full game. In Arkham Shadow, according to Ryan Payton, it will be more similar to Arkham Asylum. So instead of having a huge open world where you have to glide around and use the grapnel boost and all this and all that, it'll be more of just like a very big hub area connecting to all the different dungeons in the game. You know how Arkham Asylum is. If you're on this channel, you should know how Arkham Asylum is. And personally, I'm guessing that the Arkham Shadow hub will consist of the Bowery and possibly parts of Park Row, though it might literally just be the Bowery. I'm pretty sure it's taking place in the Bowery. I'm not sure. All from the Arkham City map. And I also have to commend Camouflage for creating a whole new villain for this game as well. As you might know, the Ratcatcher and the Rat King are two separate entities. While the Ratcatcher has been an established character as far back as April 1988, the Rat King is a completely new and original creation for this game. So I feel like this was definitely perfect having Ratcatcher actually appear in this game rather than in Origins or Asylum or what. We have also gotten glimpses of other villains appearing in this game, and this I kind of went over in my first video on this topic, but I might go a little more into it in here. We've seen Lyle Bolton from the animated series, Scarecrow, but also when he's Jonathan Crane, Harleen Quinzel, but I'm not sure if she'll be Harley Quinn, and the Ventriloquist with a prototype Scarface. And also the Ratcatcher, as previously mentioned, and honestly, quite a few more to soon be revealed, as said by, yet again, Ryan Payton in the interview. They haven't even revealed everyone, which I love. Another thing I love is the commitment to staying faithful to the other games. Like, you know, their continuity. As everyone who worked on this game was literally required to play through every Arkham game and take notes and participate in meetings that they would have had on the game. You know, they did all that, except for Blackgate, which wasn't required, but a lot of I did hear from the interviews, or the Q&As, that a lot of people did play through Arkham Origins Blackgate just to be more sure, though that wasn't really as big of a deal, I guess, as the other 4 mainstream games. A lot of people just still played it just in case. And they even followed the comics and Arkham Origins Online. However, another thing that they did, which I'm just so happy with, was that if the comics or Arkham Origins Online conflicted with the game's canon, they would go off the canon of the game instead, which I personally feel was the best move. And as they put it, they wanted to keep it as authentic Arkham as possible. Or just they wanted to keep it in the realm of authentic Arkham, as they said. Another positive is that Roger Craig Smith will be returning to the Arkham series to voice Batman in this game after over a decade, and he sounds just as amazing as ever.
Editor here. Roger Craig Smith actually came back to voice Batman outside of the Arkham games. He did the animated movies, Batman Unlimited, and then he came back to voice Batman in the mobile game recently. So yeah, he's actually been playing Batman for quite some time now. Back to the video.
Yet another amazing thing is that a lot of stuff from the original games are making a return, such as collectibles, the game over screens, challenge map, character bios, and apparently interview tapes might return? Wow. Now, this game will take place over multiple days, as Ryan Payton said in the interview, but there won't be a day-night cycle. So I guess you just go to the Batcave and then it switches day to night, night to day, blah blah blah, whatever it is. And so now, before we move on, you may be asking, why am I telling you all this? I mean, I have stated before how I don't have a MetaQuest 3, so why would I be so hyped? I mean, sure, it's a new Arkham game, but I can't play it. Well, I'm glad to share with you that I have recently obtained a MetaQuest 3 from my friend. As I've said on previous streams, if you weren't there, boom, yeah. So, once I figure out how, I'll be uploading my own playthrough of this game to this very channel. So, stay tuned. Now, moving on from that, I believe that the Batsuit is the perfect blend from Arkham Origins into Asylum, as it is armored, you know, like it's got the armor paneling and it's all that, but it's also sleek and slimmed down. It's not as bulky as it was in Origins. And I'll be honest, one nitpick that I had, and they answered this question in the Q&A, one of them, I think it was Q&A round 3. They said there's not going to be any alternate suits, which did make me a little bit upset, but I am honestly fine with it because A, you're always going to be in first person, so it doesn't really matter, and B, they said they used that development time that would have been used on suits to instead make the game better. Though, I'll be honest, some extra suits would have been welcome. And another point I want to make is the concept art. The concept art for this game looks absolutely fantastic. It just really gives me the vibe of all that concept art from the previous games, and it just looks amazing. Props to you, Camouflage Studios, well done. And finally, to end off this video, I wanted to praise one more thing. And it is that they are going to have a lot of the original cast reprising their roles or playing new roles in this game. And that just makes me so happy to hear, and I cannot wait to see everyone in action. Wow. This one was kind of a long video. Not like terribly long, but reading off the script. Because here's the thing, I didn't even go over everything we know. I could have gone over all the Easter eggs and all that. One quick thing I want to say is how interactive the world looks. There's like payphones that you can dial. I saw in the Q&A that they showed gameplay of if there's like a chessboard, you can mess with the pieces. Dartboards, you can like actually throw the dart. It's so interactive and it looks so good. But yeah, I didn't even go over everything in this game. I could have gone over all the, the little nitpicky Easter eggs and stuff. But honestly, I'm just glad that we're getting a new addition to the Arkham Saga. There's so much to cover in what has been revealed, but this video is already over two pages long and 1,400 words. So I think I should stop myself here before I keep on yapping for like another hour, like how Blue Knight generally does. Anyways, I do hope that you all enjoyed this video. Camouflage Studios, if you are somehow, some way seeing this video, thank you so much for creating the authentic Arkham experience that we can experience in a whole new way. It means so much to me, and I bet to a lot of other Arkham fans as well. Just thank you. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and shared this video. Anyways, that's all from me, so let's cut to the Adam West outro, shall we?
Answers tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.